Don't tell me all of this has been a dream. Don't. Where am I? I remember repairing myself and now I'm in the sewer? Wait, is he traveling back in time? You know what? That's right. You attacked me from behind with that scythe. I'm surprised how much restoration this crappy machine was able to do. Falling from such a height and the body was almost shattered. I have to get to that sculpture. No one must be stopped. How do I get there though? I don't even know where I am. William, why are you... Oh yeah, you did me a big favor earlier. What are you trying to tell me? Are you going to take me somewhere? You were able to find me, so you should know your way back up there. Let's go, little fellow. It must have been a dream, because now he doesn't know what William's saying. Because before, like, throughout this whole game, he knew what he was saying. That, that's the way. That sound. My head. This feels... What the Huh? What's going on? It's gone. The sculpture and everything. Don't tell me I was just hallucinating. I thought contact with an implant device was the only way to trigger a hallucination. But this time, a perfect hallucination was created without one, and Noah was lurking inside this hallucination. First things first, let's inspect this device. A signal projector with implant devices as the core, capable of projecting hallucination signal waves, had been destroyed by William. Yeah. The core of this weird device is the same as the implant device inside Frank's brain. Is this thing creating the hallucinations? Instead of creating hallucinations, I think this thing was more like a signal projector. The core receives external signals, amplifies them, and then projects them. Okay, yeah, so we're still inside the ship. Huh? Why are you here? I thought you couldn't leave the old ship. Oh, I noticed a little thing you have on you has an amazingly large storage capacity, so I decided to follow you and check out how you deal with that little guy that guy in the mask. But once I got here, I felt a strange electrical disturbance and got stuck in a little tiny thing. I was creating my way out when suddenly I was free to leave. The little thing you mentioned, you were inside the badge from Lola. When I got here, the badge lost the signal. The disturbance you're talking about must be from this device, right? Yes. This device has been receiving and amplifying some sort of electrical wave, but that should only influence robots. You seem to have a strong reaction to it though. Is most of your body mechanical? What a rare success story. Why does everyone know about my physical condition? Never mind. Seems like Noah has made this thing a trap for me. This electrical wave may continue to influence your special little brain. You need to be careful. I can see it much less stable than when we first met. It is hard to describe, but I think I can feel the disturbance in my mind. Hey, the badge suddenly activated. This signal must be sent from Charles. The signal came from the elevator shaft on my right. The signal is faint, but it's definitely there. Okay, let's go have a look. I hope Noah didn't put the old man on the experiment bench. This elevator looks creepy. Is it still working? Probably. but its elevator taking me. Geology signals getting stronger. Noah was researching far more than just nanofluid and implant devices. If that signal projector is truly what the Captain described, then even without coming into contact with an implant device, it could influence the mind of robots everywhere. This elevator went down pretty far, way below the bottom of the ship. This is a giant underground factory which seemed to have been abandoned a long time ago. I know the fungi is getting stronger. I've never seen this kind of fungus before. The mushroom umbrella looks like a balloon. It's so thin. It looks like it might. What? Oh, it exploded. The slightest shock is enough to set off these fungi. I wonder whether these spores can do anything. Inhale these spores if you want to die. These fungi have been exposed to nuclear waste, so their spores are full of poison. You see a lot when you're attached to a ship for years with nothing to do. Could you give me a warning before you just appear? Seems like you're familiar with this place. I'm an AI with access to a database so massive you couldn't even imagine. This was an underground factory during the human-robot war, but long forgotten by time. Be careful, several entries warn of creatures sighted in the depths. These kind of abandoned factories remind me of Noah's old hideouts. He liked building bases deep in the world's darkest places. Fluid drips from this discarded tank. It has a strong smell, like a combustion aid. Is it an isobutyl lithium complex? Looks like you have found an abandoned operating room, but everything is broken here. A trash dump, you humans would call it. From my experience, you should never underestimate trash. Come to think of it, you made a lot of tools with the trash on my ship, Mr. Junk Collector. I thought you were absolutely in love with Destiny Fire, and now you're calling it trash? I can call it trash, but no one else can. Yeah, okay. Glass interior layer is still intact, so things can be poured into it. Broken emergency light. A wrench. An extra large valve wrench which can be used to turn the main valve. It says maintain the valve on handle, it seems like it can unscrew the outside valve. This main tube leads directly outside, but no air is coming through it. Other tubes must be channeling the air. This tube channels the steam and needs a valve to turn off the steam transmission. A light valve cutting device, which can be installed and dismantled as required. Okay, so it's multi-purpose. Oh yes, so I need to lock this. Wait, no, Sonia, cut this off. And then turn on the thing. Or I guess unscrew it, not turn it on. Nothing happened that the ship is still blocked. pretty sure I did. Didn't I? Wait, so this one leads outside. So it has to be this one. It can't be this one. Can it? I don't think it can be this one. I don't think it's this one. But yeah, we can use this for the get a sample. Simply throw it, but make sure you don't miss. Oh, what happens if I miss? Oh, well. You seem to enjoy seeing me in trouble after you get rid of this bullfrog. I'm not enjoying it. Make good use of the tube behind you. The steam coming out of it can disperse the fog quickly. Blow the fog away. Classic. What is this? Light valve cutting device which can be stored and dismantled as required. Okay, nice. So we have two. Which I think that should be enough to direct the flow to here. Because we don't need this. And then we don't need this. Let's go. We are so good. The purification begins with this stubborn woman rejecting the fusion. She is lucky to have her sin washed away so she can welcome Bison first. I shall lead the vessel to bear the baptism of the four great sacrifices and engrave the god's degree upon the body of the future. Past ceremonies connect the souls, blessing to all who witness Bison. Illusions connect our thoughts. Electric waves guide the transmission, and when he realizes the truth, the man in the mirror was no longer himself. You may pass the final test, and I will be waiting for you in the depths of Light Lake. Long rambling paragraph full of contradictions. He's getting crazier. Where did that beep come from? Another hallucination? Huh? This place transformed into a kitchen. This is a hallucination without a doubt. This scene is the crime scene of the outer staircase. Noah's first ever murder. Star of all this evil. The victims of this case were a housewife and two small-town robots. At the crime scene, three were discovered to have been killed at the same time, and the body parts of these three were made into a combining body in the housewife's kitchen. This combined body was the prototype for all the sculptures created afterwards. Noah was still a newbie at the time, but back to practical matters. Another hallucination means another signal projector. I should find it somehow. This sculpture. There was no such thing at the original crime scene. Is it a human? 3 holes in the throat, abdomen, and waist. I need to fill the holes to break through this hallucination. In all of Noah's cases, organs of the victim were found missing. The serial is gone. Where does this door lead to? Wait, this is Gerald's dressing room. This is the crime scene where Noah committed the singer-sculptor murder on July 3rd, 2126. The murderer killed Cheryl and her real assistant and made their bodies into the sculpture of Bryson Dwight 1 hour before Cheryl was scheduled to go on stage. Has Noah created this hallucination to relive the crimes he committed? The hallucinations are becoming more and more clear. Is this because I've stayed in it too long? I've got to break through Noah's made fast. Oh yeah, but if I don't want to, then we're not going to. Cheryl's gloves. In addition to Cheryl's DNA, another set of DNA was detected. However, the owner could not be identified due to unusual heterotic genetic information. Hereditary genetic information is one of the two, I don't know. These blood-stained lace gloves were very important evidence. In addition to Cheryl's DNA, some dissolved skin tissue was found. The DNA of the skin tissue was very confusing. We concluded that the murderer suffered from a genetic disease characterized by decomposing skin. Judging from the fact that the murderer wore the female singer's gloves, we deduced that the murderer might have some kind of obsession with wearing the victim's clothing in order to become them. Sweetheart, I hope you recollect. I will prepare a big celebration banquet on the roof of the company building wait for you, and my family will be there. They can't wait to see you. I hope you will wear the necklace I gave you last week. My driver will pick you up after the show. Always yours, Christopher. Love letter. Cheryl's lover would come visit her with a bouquet of flowers before every show. He was a successful man and helped her quite a bit in her career. People say Cheryl was hard to live with, but she was extremely gentle to the flower-bearing lover. After Cheryl's murder, he was completely broken and would never be the same. A broken wine glass. According to the investigation, Cheryl always had a habit of drinking before her shows. There are lip prints on the glass. Cheryl's drink was also found at the crime scene. It contained 60% alcohol and some anesthetic component. It's believed Noah put the anesthetic in the drink. A vintage record player, which Noah used to play the soundtrack of Cheryl's recent album, probably to cover up her screams. The device doesn't play anymore, probably the result of the witness hurrying out of the room and knocking it over. Okay, I guess. This is Cheryl's voice. It was the recording that Noah used to buy himself some time to commit the crime. Cheryl's arrogance also assured Noah's success. She allowed no one to interrupt her when she was alone. That's why the staff waited until 5 minutes before the show to knock on her door, only to find a horrifying scene. But I didn't put everything. The missing poster was something the police were searching for, but it was never found. When I saw it in Blank's place, I knew Noah was back. This is a sculpture of Bryson Dwight, one of the 7 embodiments of Bryson. Legend claims that Bryson once turned himself into a poet wearing a white robe and took away arrogant people's communicators, making it impossible for them to call for help. The sculpture stands for humility during communication. Police only realized this was an embodiment of Bryson when they saw the religious symbol Bryson left at the crime scene. Noah, did you create all this just to make me appreciate your masterpieces one last time? Sharp cries of the arrogant. Yeah, I'm done with it. The sharp cries of the arrogant must be cleared away. Bryson cleaned up these stains before his arrival by using my hand. The singing voice of the sinners will live in me, so that I can praise the miracles of Bryson. Noah, stop your nonsense. All you ever wanted was to replace your diseased organ with the healthy one stolen from your victims. You say Cheryl's arrogance killed her, but what crime did that robot assistant commit? Cheryl's assistant suffered from her abuse. His humbleness, his humbleness a contrast to the singer's arrogance. I didn't kill anyone. I was just combining them, human and robot. The arrogance and the humble are merged into one under the will of Beeson. The investigators collected remains of the two bodies in the sculpture and claimed to have retrieved every single piece of Cheryl's body. However, I find subtle cutting marks on the neck, which are much finer than the rough cutting found on the rest of the sculpture. By analyzing the forensic records, I found Cheryl's throat missing, which everyone else neglected to notice. How do you not notice a throat missing? Oh, we can go to the next place now. Another door, another crime scene. Let's get this done. The stage is the secret function rooms on. Wait, the secret function room on the cruise ship. The crime scene of the High Sea Cruise case on the 29th of January 2127. So a year before the other one, the Singer case. The senior officials were parading around robots and freaks when they were killed. Turns out Noah was the real headliner in this freak show. This had the most victims among all of Noah's murder cases. Everyone, the performers and audience, were pieced together into a sculpture. The result was so gruesome that even the most stern-faced police officers were shaken to his core. The secret function room was equipped with a state-of-the-art ventilation system. The senior officials liked to add recreational drugs into the filtering system. Noah took advantage of this. The operation unit of the ventilation system was purposefully destroyed, so I need to fix the internal circuits to adjust the fan. Wait, how am I gonna do this? Done. The sweet smell of success. Investigators extracted some kind of poisonous nerve gas from the air filter net, explaining how Noah put more than 40 people down by himself. It's impressive. Noah supposedly made the poisonous nerve gas himself. People who inhaled the gas were not able to move their bodies but remained totally conscious. Was this some kind of retribution for the audience? This is where the officials imprisoned the performers. They searched all over for freaks and robots, keeping them in captivity and putting on features regularly. Later investigation found that several of the missing cases were linked to the board of officials. During this feature, the audience wore masks, hiding their true identity so that they could enjoy the sick and twisted performances. There was one mask missing from the scene. Who would have guessed, many years later, the missing mask would turn up on Square Street. Bison's symbol has been left on the mask as well. This was the first time Noah left this symbol at the crime scene. This clue made us all realize that the sculptures we found before were embodiments of bites of Bison, which led us to find out about roverism. Oh, I meant to. Although this looks old, this is actually a rather advanced lock. By analyzing the fingerprints on the buttons, we figured out the password, and I still remember one button was put in twice in a row. You got it! You got it! But I don't know how you can figure that out though. These are the colors made for the performers. on which some dissolved skin tissue was found. The DNA collected was quite similar to the DNA found at the female singer crime scene. The DNA found in the collar is similar to the one found at the female singer crime scene, but the sequence was more messy, which means Noah's skin decomposing problem was getting worse. Noah must have blended in with the freaks after he arranged everything and performed in the show as a special guest. This sculpture is of the Messenger of Garden, another of Bison's. I'm just going to say Bison for now. Another of Bison's embodiments. This embodiment walked through the courtyard of the gods and represented himself in front of both humans and robots, driving out the evil indulgences suppressing them and bringing God's electric wave to all forms of life. These murdered officials represented the indulgent white Cheryl in the female singer case, represented the arrogant. Noah's crime followed the prophecies and legend of Bison's religious sect. Indulgent spirits are lost in filth, and people who find pleasure in the grotesque will be exiled by me into the abyss. Detective, without me, the sins of these people will never be purified. Purified? He killed everyone at the crime scene, robots and freaks included. They suffered through so much pain, only to be murdered by you. Your so-called purification is nothing but a crazy massacre. Both the indulgent and the abused are guilty. Only by combining the two could we neutralize the sin and restore balance. Both sides have found peace under Bison's guidance. Don't try to excuse your crime. Among all the victims, Noah only took a software developer's liver. If I hadn't found out about the condition Noah suffered from, I probably never would have discovered the motive for his crimes. Liver organ that shows Noah's lesion. The 1st of April 2127, Scott Hotel Room 1023 in New City. A case I especially don't want to recall. The victims were a family of 4 who came for a holiday at Dolphin Park. A mild genetic modification in the father led to a severe genetic disease in the daughter. They kept the disease a secret from the girl, wishing to first fulfill the girl's dream of seeing a dolphin. Okay. They weren't expecting to meet Noah. A robot staff from the hotel was also murdered. Send SMS. Guess I'm resting in the living room. The kids are loving the hotel pool. Honey, I feel less classic after I had some water. Honey, we have been picked as a lucky guest tonight. They will give Elissa a personal dolphin trip. Call the kids back now. The husband was called back to the room by his wife's text message and then murdered by Noah. The evidence suggests that the wife was already dead when the text was sent. Oh, that's fucked. Nah. A brand new bunny rabbit toy with one of its eyes ripped off. Elissa is stitched onto its back. A fuzzy bunny rabbit with one eye missing. Noah lured me into his trap step by step using the victim's doll. He seems to know what I care about most of all. This is his speciality. Discover the most vulnerable part of someone, then break them down slowly and methodically. This gift can never be given back to its owner. They had been through so much pain, so much despair. A hotel uniform stained with blood. Noah dressed up as the hotel staff to enter the room, killed the wife, and then called back the other family members using the wife's cell phone, only to kill them as well. No, that's crazy. What the f? This is the sculpture of the White Feather King, another of Bison's embodiment, which can reveal all lies and barriers. The meaning of this sculpture was used as Noah's motivation to kill. I will rip off the masks of false performers. Hypocrites who hide truth from each other will be punished. Hiding the truth from their own child to create a false happiness. Hypocrisy. It is a selfish act of genetic modification that led to the incurable disease, and they pretended to be loving and struggling parents, deceived against Beeson's will. Deceit is, I've revealed the truth. I fulfilled the oracle of fusion. Combined together with their, Combined together, their disease is shared, and therefore their disease is no more. Nonsense. All you do is kill innocent people while you hide behind your mask. You gradually step closer and closer to the realm of God, towards his highest place. I received salvation here, and so shall you. Repent in your realm of God. Your spirit gradually thins out. The vessel is synchronizing. You do not notice, but the person in the mirror has secretly begun to change. Hallucination. Gone. The signal projector. Just like what I saw in the abandoned ship cabin. The hallucination didn't just appear out of thin air. This is the device that's causing it. No one made me see all the old crime scenes. For what? How do you like the memory album I especially made for you? The two of us have had so many beautiful times together. I was hoping you could disrupt one of my plans at least once. You really disappointed me. You are finally showing your true colors now. No more hiding? Hiding. I have been planning something fun deep underground, and I was thinking of inviting you, my old friend, to have a look. I don't know whether you can stop me this time. I won't stop you. I can't believe there's an abandoned sanctuary here, and the stained glass on the wall is Bison. Who would build something like this in such a gloomy place on the ground? This used to be an underground factory during the human-robot war, where robots and poor people worked day and night. It must have been abandoned after the war. Records suggest people continued to hide here. If a god came to these people and told them he was happy to accept them, it is not surprising they would build a sanctuary for him. Why did you turn up out of nowhere again? I could have used a friendly face back there. A strong interrupted wave was holding me back, like I said before. But if you stay away from the signal projectors, the wave disappears. Okay, nice. Bison heard it placed on the ground. Welcome to Bison's Holy Sanctuary. This is the realm of God. Repent your sins to ensure you are a clean vessel. This is a requirement. Stop talking nonsense. I figured out how you made those hallucinations. Without the hallucination, you can't do anything. Have you figured it out? Am I a hallucination now? Is this place a hallucination? Or everything you have seen after you fell is only a sweet dream I have created for you? I'm done listening to your bullshit. All I need to know is that this gun is real. What? The bullet can't hurt him. Am I still hallucinating? Mr. Detective, are you going to hurt me a second time with that gun? Idiot. The interruptive source is on that bird's face person. I can feel it. Use your brain. I didn't expect you to bring this annoying captain with you. If you are not ready to repent your sins, then I'll have to purify you myself. The wave interference is causing his figure to shift in and out of you. I need to think of a way to take it out of the entire area. I don't think you got him. I don't feel confident about going. Damn it! Did he escape again? What is this? Noah's sickle with a small signal projector installed on the handle. Noah's sickle with a signal projector. Now I understand it. He is using the hallucinations to mask his true body. There is some robot replenishing liquid, clear in color, not yet oxidized. It must have leaked out of a robot not long ago. Did Noah turn himself into a mechanical being? If so, it will be more difficult to handle. Anyway, Noah must have been wounded and can't have gone too far. I need to hurry up. It's weird to see him walking, because we've seen him with his, tran- Noah used his elevator to escape, and the way he was moving, he's been badly wounded. God knows what traps he's prepared for you down there. Be careful. Why are you so sweet to me all of a sudden? You're not worried about me, are you? You wish, Detective Thomas. If you die here, I would be stuck inside this little badge, and it doesn't have much power left. But the elevator door is stuck. Oh man, biological breeding tubes. Looks like someone has been doing genetic experiments. My database categorizes this as deeply illegal banned science. I'm not surprised. Noah is a fanatic for genetic experiments. I can't believe he found his base so quickly. There was only one elevator exit, which means the bird-faced man didn't come through here. Besides, I don't sense any wave signals, so we should be safe. I can't lower my guard. Let's check this place out first. I'm guessing they're all like it's ascending. So if he got the A, like an A defective, an A grade, then why do you keep on trying? But that I don't really get. I mean, I guess you could try to get the same result from it. Try to replicate those results. The lab. Is this where Noah conducted all his trusted experiments? But badge is making noise again. The signal is very strong this time. This child you are looking for should be close by. I hope that old man is okay. Can you sense hallucination interference nearby? No hallucination interference here. However, there are so many compound electronic devices in the lab. I am sensing that the wave bands on many of these devices have been encrypted. There must be a lot of secrets here. Secrets, we just know for the time being. Let's at least figure out what he's been researching these past 13 years. We'll start from left to right. A strange device with colorful signal lights on it. This must be equipment for handling cargo. Why was it installed here? Yeah, I don't actually know. It might be a switch somewhere. So you put the signal thing into the robot's head, the robot powers off, you renovate it with the juice, you revive it with the juice tin, and then the robot signal goes haywire, and then the robot can't be too far from the signal projector, otherwise it would need something else. That's what I'm guessing. The signal projector that produces hallucination must be an enhanced version of these implanted devices. It can receive Noah's hallucination signals, magnify them, and project them. Was it designed for people who don't have implanted devices in their brain, like me? What the blueprint for a consciousness transmission device. This huge machine can be used to interrupt people's brainwave frequencies. No, but that's crazy. That's like it's like anime, like where one person controls a group of people via like some brain thing. Hypnotization. It seems to be able to interrupt consciousness by enhancing brainwaves. These devices we swap our only receivers. This machine here is what's really creating the hallucinations. 31st September 2127. Patient number 2. Preliminary diagnosis. So this is before, like, when you kind of just see, like, what's going on without scanning. An infection caused by a gunshot wound and a severe genetic disease. Details: the patient was originally found in the East District sewers. He was transferred to a sterile incubation pool to maintain his chance of survival. Targeted medicine was used to control the symptoms, and the patient proposed special medical and chemical theories. Due to these theories, the treatment for Luna and patient 2 were adjusted. Consciousness implantation has become the leading. A patient report that matches Noah's conditions. I mean, I guess you could say he was born in the East District sewers. If it is, looks like Doc Edward saved Noah's life, and he's been working with Noah ever since. If only he had known what the final result would be. This is about, I guess, yeah. This is the patient of the robot, which we accepted a job from while we were drunk in the first chapter. The patient began showing symptoms in the fifth year of marriage and was diagnosed with a hereditary genetic disease. During the early stage, chemotherapy suggests suppressed the symptoms, but the effect of the genetic disease on the organs gradually spread. During the middle stage, parts of the patient's organs were replaced with artificial organs, and the patient had to survive inside a sterile life support cabin. With the technical support of patient 02, attempts are being made to project Luna's brainwaves into a robot using Spark. Backup. Turning Luna with somatic cells and brainwave transmission into an organic vessel afterwards. Luna, the doctor's wife. The experiment subjects in the test tube workshop were for her. The doctor wanted to transfer his wife's consciousness into a new body. Wait, no, I thought it was the other one. I think that's what the name was too. Anyways, was the person I met at the clinic before actually cultivated her? Okay, neurofluid. Mechanisms: invades electronic brains via nanorobot liquid, turns off the independent consciousness program, and at the same time uses a spark to control the behaviors of mechanical bodies. Achievements: currently, it is completely possible to control the robots injected with nanoliquid. The only drawback is that the efficiency of the nanofluid reduces quickly. Extended control requires a continuous injection. That explains why robots were going to Dr. Edward for a long time. Questions: Spark implant was found in the brain of a robot provided by patient 2. This device has the ability to break through an electronic brain defenses. More functions have been developed in subsequent studies. However, the origin of the device remains a mystery, and patient 2 refuses to disclose more information. As I suspected, nanofluid and the implant devices work in tandem, and Dr. Edwards' name for the implant is Spark. Okay, what's this? I don't know what that is. The operation prompt for the chain console. I should try replicating this pattern. So 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. A giant life support device. It wasn't easy transporting such physical equipment here. The whole thing is covered with a heavy metal curtain. That's got to be an important detail. Could Noah be hiding here? This life support device has way too much encryption for me to crack. Can you open the metal curtain? No. The encryption method is quite advanced. I can't do it either. Let's investigate further. Maybe we can find a way to open it. Yes. Building a secret passageway so far underground. This is so like Noah, sly and cautious. I can sense the signal again. Charles must be close by. Huh? These clothes. The delivery guy who gave me the parcel was wearing these. Everything began with that parcel. What? This is not black robe. How comes it was left here? Looks like he was badly hurt. The replenishing liquid disappeared here. That guy must be. Let me out! Please. Anyone? Hear that? Someone's calling for help behind the door. It's Charles. Thank God he's alive. I'll hear Noah both behind that door. I only sense one organic life, but there is indeed another unusual wave. Be careful when you go in there. Is this the elevator? Yes. The vapor replenishing liquid is fresh, so it must be the elevator Noah used to escape. Damn it, he made a shortcut to a secret corridor. Bastard, let me out! Edward, think about what you're doing. Charles, thank God you're still alive. Who's that? Detective Rex, it's you. Wow, am I lucky? How did you find this place? Come on, get me out of here. What the f... This is my photo on that board. This information is back when I first returned to Star SA after my mechanization was completely stabilized. Thanks to Abel's sacrifice at Apocalypse Guardian incident, I wouldn't even be alive today. Has Noah been studying me all this time? What the? Noah refers to me as a vessel in the records. and the date circled in red is the date I received the parcel. He's been after me since the beginning. Vessel. The document next to the device says, Beta type consciousness transmission device. It can enhance brainwaves, interrupt other people's consciousness, and eventually infuse self-consciousness onto a receptor, controlling that person. This seems to be an unfinished product still under testing. If Noah and the doctor had succeeded in perfecting the machine, they would be able to control absolutely anyone. Human, robot, it wouldn't matter. Don't try to open this door with a little body. Even someone as strong as me can't open. Go find something to pry open. Harvey, we're running out of time. Doc Edward Side. 10th of December 2127. The weirdest thing happened today. I found a bird-faced man in the sewer near the clinic. He was weak and near death. Severe wounds, infections, and genetic diseases ate away at his body. Huddled in the sewage, he might have died at any moment. But he didn't even ask me for help. Instead, the masked face said, "You need me." He was right. He can help me cure Luna. This Noah has accumulated vast knowledge of chemistry and biology, and most importantly, he possesses the kind of madness that goes hand in hand with using longer band technologies. 4th of December 2136. Wait. 4th of 21. Wait, am I reading the dates wrong? I don't know. I saved him as much as I can, and in return, the bird-faced man has guided me step by step to resurrect my Luna. I didn't want to hurt those robots, but, well, I had no choice. I failed to transfer Luna's thoughts into the original subjects. Only the memories that made it into the subjects. Luna's personality was not transplanted successfully. Today we had a breakthrough. That monster is truly a genius. By using spark and nanoliquid, we managed to actually control robots. Nobody will believe it. We used a consciousness transmission device to remotely send signal waves and transmit consciousness into the robots' bodies. Although it is not perfect yet, I can only control those robots remotely. More work is needed to save Luna. That day, consciousness transmission device it's a brainwave amplifying and transmitting device based on Spark, which transfers the user's consciousness to another receiver. When the receiver is human, only the user's memory can be transmitted because of the block from the special personality that is unique to human beings. I'm working day and night now, and always that monster is there at my shoulder. At this stage, consciousness transmission onto mechanical receivers is under development. Obstacles in the research. The user of the transmission device can only project part of his consciousness onto the mechanical receiver, just enough to initiate a kind of remote control. But this is not enough. Failure. But although the test subject experiment failed, I improved the consciousness transmission device, Luna. You will soon return to me with a mechanical body. I haven't told the monster about this. He is just using me, and the robots controlled by Spark seem to have gone beyond my control too. I have a plan. Once this experiment is over, I will take you away from this country to an unknown land. Let that monster go to hell. Okay. This robot, from the wounds on the body, was probably dressed up as the Noah I attacked earlier. Where is that man? Wait, I remember this river. Yes, Angela, the missing waitress from the fantasy jellyfish. I was way too drunk to even remember taking that job. Why her? Where is the real Noah? The wave fluctuations from her is the same as the bird-faced man. The bird-faced man we saw earlier. The nanoliquid must be controlling her and repairing her wounded body gradually. I have to stop it now. I wouldn't waste your time. Once this equipment starts running, it seems it cannot be stopped. In order to prevent accidents, the robot is locked in the machine. That bastard. He only uses innocent people. Let's get Charles out first. Maybe he knows how to stop the device. Oh, left Grover. What? Whew. Well, you're not controlled anymore. Well, what is this place? Who are you? Don't be afraid, little girl. I have already temporarily suppressed the nanoliquid fluids, the nanofluids controlled over you, and I'll give you a good cleaning up when you get back to my workshop. Thank God you're here, Charles. Her name is Angela. She's been under control since being kidnapped by the doctor. She was even dressed up as Noah earlier. Detective, I am completely shocked by this affair. This was the work of Edward and that Noah guy. Once I checked the samples he gave me, I knew it was Edward who made it. He is very talented when it comes to nanorobots. I couldn't imagine after so many years, I couldn't imagine him making such a terrifying thing. But hurry up, that spooky doctor, if he comes back. Don't worry, Angela, the doctor's not going to return. What? Did you, chat with him? No, it was Noah, or rather, Angela. But this is not important anymore. Dr. Edward is gone. He wasn't like this in the beginning. He did it for Luna. He was used by that guy because of his love for Luna. Angela, please, can you tell us anything that could help us find Noah? Who is Noah? I don't know. I'm so confused right now. I feel like I had the longest dream. I did awful things in that dream, even though I didn't want to. Those humans and robots were all... No, don't... Easy, Rex. Let her calm down first. She was just freed from the nanofluids control. No, cause... what I'm thinking, I'll probably miss you guys. Because I'm gonna make this into a video someday. I'm thinking, then we've just been chasing Angela all this time, and Noah's not even real. Well, in that case, you and I should go back to the lab, Charles. There's some kind of giant life support tank up there, and I want to crack it open. Oh no, that wasn't Noah. That was... Let's go, I'll show you. Luna? Yes, the real Luna. Poor thing. I should have guessed. No one could recover from such a horrible genetic disease. It was only last night that I discovered Edward had been maintaining Luna's broken body using just life support equipment. He was planning to transfer his wife's consciousness into a new body using Noah's technology. However, Luna has been tortured spiritually and physically. Charles, why are you here? And you, Vessel, you know me? Why the hell do you know anything about me? All this is because of you. Please stop Edward. He is lost in too deep. Mom says he's gone. Alright, cool. I will stop him. You won't hurt anyone else. Thanks. I hope you can really do it. You, the vessel. Charles, please turn this equipment off. I am in so much pain. I should have died a long time ago, instead of living like a monster. Here, like this. Luna, I've known you for many years. You and Edward were my best friends. What should I do? Friend, tell me, if you were me, what would you do? I think I'll turn off. Yeah, I'll turn it off. She's been through too much. Thank you, Detective. Luna will finally be free from pain. Edward and his wife Luna had already come to the area before it was integrated by the king. The unique academic temperament of the couple drew Charles's attention. In their interaction, we would learn that Dr. Edward and his wife, both originally professors and lecturers at the university, had hideout in the Underbridge district because some of their technological developments had attracted some attention. With Charles's recommendation and help, Edward opened a clinic that accepted both humans and robot patients. It was not easy in the beginning, but the clinic quickly gained trust and recognition because of the doctor's skill and sense of responsibility. However, Luna developed a genetic condition shortly afterwards. Edward told others it was just a mildly chronic disease. But since then, Luna has disappeared from the public eye. After years of failure to find a cure, Edward began trying some banned technologies, and the clinic, which previously saved many lives, became the source of test subjects. In one of the test subject delivery, Edward came across the wounded Noah. The two devils with little intentions began working together. After disappearing for years, Luna reappeared at Edward's clinic one day, seeming to have recovered from a chronic illness. She looked the same as before, which was a cause for concern. Luna will be free, which is the best result. Detective, are you alright? You look like you're in pretty bad shape. I'm not hurt, but Noah's hallucinations have been influencing me this whole time. I feel more and more strange. Hallucinations? Can someone without an implant device be influenced too? You only have half an electronic brain, don't you? I can tell you about that. Hey Angela, how you doing? Angela, are you feeling better? Have you remembered anything? When I was controlled by what did you call it, nanofluid, I still had some hold on my own consciousness. So I knew everything about the plan. All this was done to get you here, beginning when I delivered the parcel to you. You have another machine, but it isn't here. A machine that was designed just for you. Yes, I can remember easier now. From the moment you first touched the device in the parcel, each touch pulls you deeper and deeper into the hallucinations, and each hallucination was designed specifically to synchronize your brainwaves to that machine. What the According to what they said, if the synchronization is allowed to finish, your unconsciousness will be erased and your body will become the vessel for Noah. This is ridiculous. All this was done for my broken body? Ah, your body is very special. Looks like you are not aware of what your body can do. Your body is something people dream to have. According to Angela, you must stop entering hallucinations. If you are robbed of your body, then who knows what Noah will do. Noah, every day he is allowed to walk free on this planet, more people will be deceived and hurt. I can't let this continue. I see you made up your mind. If you're this determined to beat him, then there must be a way. After I was captured, Edward shared a lot of research about consciousness transmission. Now, I reckon that the consciousness transmission device can work both ways. Charles, what are you getting at? When you are dragged into the hallucinations, you are connected with the equipment, or you are connected with the person who is controlling the equipment. Aha! And if your will is strong enough, you might be able to influence the consciousness of that person instead. You mean, I can alter the hallucinations? Yes, but it won't be easy. You'd better think it through before meeting Noah. I don't know who this Noah is, but that doctor took that elevator deep down below, deeper than I've ever been. Hiding even deeper underground. That's where my final battle is. How will you do with the research? It can't fall into the wrong hands. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. This nanofluid was originally developed for good purpose, even if that good purpose was forgotten along the way. About that consciousness transmission device, when you find Noah, please, just destroy it. Are you comfortable with what you're about to do? I'll say I'm comfortable with it. I mean, I've been chasing it for like 13 years, so I trust the AI. Oh, what are you doing? Me? I need some air after being stuck in that bed for so long. But, Detective Damas, watch out, okay? It seems to me like everything is a big trap designed for you by whoever this Noah character is. Are you really going to walk right into it? Of course I am. I will run him down, springing whatever trap he has set along the way. You sound confident. Maybe you should consider making a copy of your consciousness. That way, if you fail, you can go on with your detective game in electrode state. Thanks for your advice, but nah, I'm not interested in electrode state. One last time. Although I told you it may be possible to fight against the hallucinations, it will be extremely difficult. Think it through. Don't worry about me, Charles. I've done this before. Now you take Angela and leave as quickly as possible. Captain Ramrod here knows the way out. Thank you. I'll see you back on the surface, Detective. Be careful, Detective Damas. Come back alive. You have to take me back to Destiny Fire. Such a sweet word from the AI. Maybe I'll try and survive after all. Sparkling lake water. This must be the light lake that mentioned in the holographic message. According to Noah, he's expecting me to undergo some kind of test down here. In the most beautiful place lives the darkest soul, drifting on the clear water lake. The perfect vessel is purified and brought to me. A body of both flesh and machine will pave the way for Bison's arrival. The time for rebirth has come. I have waited far too long for this. Come here and sing an ode to my new life. The ignorant wanderer, stupid little detective, bow your head and witness Bison's final embodiment. The omniscient judge. Wait, no, omniscient judge. Omniscient. Bison's eye comes at my call, and its gaze penetrates those who pretend to be righteous. Come feel the heart that goes into one's soul. Wait, Bison's eye? If my memory isn't short from all that drinking, it stands for the eye of punishment that clears hypocrisy. Like Charles said, if I can focus, I can redirect those attacks, or perhaps even use the attacks in my favor. The final game has just started, detective. Now I shall watch you run from the light, like the insignificant cockroach you are. Oh! Oh, I'm done. Oh, what the f- Oh, the needles. Oh, yeah. You are good, detective. I have made the right decision in choosing you as the vessel, but your resistance is futile. Yeah. You are losing the game, Noah. Let's get this over with. Wait. Wait, no. Damn it. Oh, wait, let me, so this goes here, then down, up. Well, yeah, sure. Those possessed the hubris to challenge God shall fail. Anyone who meets the eye of God shall plummet from the greatest heights, detective. I've had enough with this game. This is where your life ends. Come then. Wait, that's bad. I think that's good. There we go. No, no, no! I will never lose. How is it possible for you to break through my hallucination? This flesh. You know what? Is this how you look now? In a state like this? Are you even a human being anymore? Something must have gone wrong. Bison makes no mistakes. The ceremony, the doctor, you, these have all been arranged. No, this can't be right. You have been relying on the consciousness transmission device to obtain the power to control others. Noah, you're sick. The inhuman device failed to save you, and instead turned you into a monster. Your body belongs to me. My disease is a test from God, for which I was abandoned and despised. I was forced to suffer the most unimaginable pain. Bison made a deal with me, a new body if I pass the test. A new body. All this is just for your own imagination? Noah, stop lying to yourself. Detective, do you really think is the end? I'm just a small part of the darkness. As long as robots and humans exist, the cracks will not disappear. Are you curious why robots have that device in their brains? I didn't put the device there. I just made an alteration. There is darkness inside darkness. I am not the only one who wants to turn this ugly world upside down. You first made the implant device. You will never know, Detective. I am going to Bison now. As for you, there are bombs everywhere in this place. You will die with me. Blow it up. Blow everything up. Oh, okay, that would be... Beep, beep, beep. BBX. It's here. This guy's been inactive for most of the game. Just realized that. Wait, he's been active chapter 1. Not chapter 2 or 3, I don't think. Chapter 4, 5, and no epilogue. Time to get up. Jeez, you are so loud. What are you doing, BBS? Do you want to be taken apart and rebuilt? I need to perform a routine checkup on your mechanical parts. It's been 4 days overdue. Sure, whatever. Just wait for me over there and I'll come to you. Okay, let's get this over and done with. Body scan in progress. Oh. Wait, how? According to the scan, 98% of the mechanical parts are brand new. I can't believe you survived such a massive explosion and even got your old parts replaced with new ones. You better believe it. Old Charles has got good stuff. Even the parts that are only available in scarcity. Well, I mean, he does work in Underbridge, so, you know. Ah, yes. About our guests. They can't just stay in our house like this. Especially that arrogant little robot. You don't have enough money to support 6 people. Well, look, BPX, we talked about this. They have nowhere to go. And the cash situation, well, we just haven't had a lot of jobs lately. That's because you keep turning them away. There is a customer this morning waiting for you downstairs. Go have a look and don't say no. And remember to get a deposit this time. Why are you standing at the door? Fancy Feather. It's Fancy Feather. It was Fancy Feather who made the appointment. Her squad of minions have taken over our living room. Why is she here? We're a long way from Underbridge. Let's bust in and wipe them out. Like the old times. I can enter the riot control mode anytime. Calm down, let's tear them out first. Who's Fancy Feather? I forgot who they are. Oh, them! I know they came back. Didn't expect to see you here, Miss Fancy Feather. Did you come all the way down there just to give me this new VR game console? Oh, Mr. Detective, are you playing with me? This is what you will travel in to Coral City. Coral City? You want me to visit the electronic world? Sorry, Miss Feather, but I'm not going back there. I knew you'd say no. Take a look at this first, and you may change your mind. Wait, Abel's there? The Coral City. Hurry, go to Rex. What we have been hiding it there might have been found by someone. Hurry, be quick. The Coral City. Those guys, they want you. What? Abel? But he's dead. Where did you get this video? This video clip was sent from an electrode state last night. If you act quickly, you may be able to buy some time. You seem to know a lot of things, Miss Fancy Feather. That's because our stars align suit our interests. Now, Mr. Detective, are you ready to go? Looks like I have no other choice. Abel. Damn, that was actually a fun game. That was a fun game. Obviously, it's in game, so like it was short. It was like what 2, 4, 6, like 10 hours. Is that short? I'd say that's short. Because like normal games are like what 20 hours, right? Or something like that. So you know. It was a fun game. I feel like there's gonna be more to the story, either in this game or like another game. So you know.